Well, it's TV's version of the Oscars. The 2023 Emmy nominations have been officially announced this morning, with Succession's final season coming out on top with the most nods.
The series hasn't just swept the nominations, it's set a record too, with Aussie actress Sarah Snook also up for a huge award.
It's the show that just keeps on succeeding.
Why does everyone ask how I'm feeling? I got done a huge deal. I got the election.
And now Succession has done it again, sweeping this year's Emmy nominations with 27 nods, including a record-breaking 3 nominations for Best Actor in a Drama category. Aussie actress Sarah Snook is also up for Best Actress in a Drama series.
You want to clear the air? You're a snake.
Also leading the charge for Australia is Murray Bartlett with 2 nominations, one for his work on Welcome to Chippendales and another for The Last of Us. Elizabeth Debicki has also been nominated for her portrayal of Princess Diana in The Crown.
People will never understand how it's really been for me.
Also among the leading nominations is The Last of Us with 24, The White Lotus with 23 and Ted Lasso.
You can't always get what you want.
Topping the comedies with 21 nods.
US broadcaster Cooper Lawrence joins us live from New York. Coops, the Aussies are coming, aren't they? Huge achievement. How big a deal is this?
I know, it's such a big deal. Now, the one thing you guys might not realize is that the Emmys are more important than the Oscars now. Think about the Oscar movies that are nominated. You're like, I don't know that movie. I didn't see that movie. I didn't hear of that movie. But every single show and almost all the actors that have been nominated, you know who they are. That's because television is such a much more important part of our culture. So the writers, the best writers are there, the best actors are there. So getting an Emmy nomination is so much better than getting an Oscar nomination these days.
Yeah, how times have changed. This wasn't the case 10 years ago, was it? But streaming has really changed things around. So Succession leads this year's nominees. What makes it so good?
You know, this is one of those special moments in pop culture television history where you have Jesse Armstrong, the creator, who really had a vision for this show. So he hired the best writers and the best actors and the best lighting people, and literally the people that are at the top of their game in every single aspect of what puts television together. So how could you fail? And then you have these writers that write these storylines that it's unpredictable. Every season you have no idea what's going to happen. It's really exciting television.
I'm still trying to avoid the spoilers on Succession. I'm trying to catch up. There's always someone snubbed, isn't there? Who got the biggest snubs this time around?
Oh, my God. Harrison Ford. What does this man have to do to get an Emmy nomination? He was starring in Shrinking. He's starring in 1923. Everybody thought he was going to win for Shrinking, but he didn't even get nominated. You know, neither did Helen Mirren. She didn't get nominated. Christina Ricci in Yellow Jackets was amazing, probably her best role since Wednesday, and I'm sorry, since the Addams Family, and then also Elizabeth Olsen. I mean, she was incredible in Love and Death. She murdered a woman in a laundry room to get your attention, and no one gave her any attention.
Oh, see, Shrinking, I've just started that. You're right. That is a very good show. So talk us through the writers' strike and what the possible impact could have on the Emmys.
Okay. Shervo and Nat, I just have to tell you, I got an email last week from SAG-AFTRA where they were like, okay, so we're probably striking. Do you want to be a captain? Do you just want to be on the picket line? What location works for you? So, of course, I picked all the ones near my house. They basically are like, we're preparing for a strike, and we want you to help us, and what do you want to do? How involved do you want to be? So it really seems like this strike is moving forward. So with the writer's strike already happening and the SAG-AFTRA, the actors about to strike. Right now, the Emmys are scheduled for September. They want to move it to November. Fox, the channel that owns it, is like, no way, we're going through January because we don't see these strikes ending anytime soon.
So just take us through it, though. So the writers of the Emmys Awards night, they won't be working. So you can't really have presenters come up unless they've got their own scripts.
Right, so there'd be no scripts whatsoever. I mean, we've done this already a couple of times before. I think the ESPY Awards and the BET Awards, they just came up. They had an actor come up and be like, you know, here are the nominees, and then they just announced the nominees. But there was no comedy, there was no writing, there was no anything, you know, and the actors are supporting the writers.
Yes.
So they don't want to say much. They just want to point at things.
Yeah, because if correct me if I'm wrong, if they got up and started sprouting a script, they would be like scabs, so they wouldn't be able to sort of, you know, take the job of the writers, would they?
Yeah, nobody would work with them again.
Yeah.
See, that's the underlying thing of this, is that everyone has their eye on who's doing what. So the littlest thing that you do, forget it, you'll never work again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Cooper, it's evolving too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you soon,
Thanks, you
Cooper.
guys.